Hey, welcome to 10 with the Founder, where we get to steal your heart for 10 minutes this time and tell the truth about the work behind the work. It's your girl, Neda Kellogg, founding executive director of Project DIVA International. And today we're hearing from the adults who walk alongside the girls. You know, the directors, the coaches, the facilitators, and the parents who are choosing to grow with these girls. In PDI, our girls commit to intentionally developing in the areas of emotional regulation, mental fitness, and financial curiosity. What we don't talk about enough is this. Supporting that kind of growth requires adults to commit to the same work. Making space for girls legit means regulating ourselves. Having a coaching mindset means that we have to examine our own thoughts and behaviors and teach financial curiosity, the emotional regulation, and the mental fitness, being honest about our own relationships with all three of those things. And so, this is what we feel is shared development. And that is super important because the girls, when I tell you, will bring you your hat. If you are not doing your work, we know it firsthand.
Yep.
So today, I want to welcome Miss Martha Norris. Hey, Martha.
Good morning, Miss Nita.
Welcome to 10 with the founder. Let's start with sharing with our audience the role that you play in supporting the girls in Project Diva International and one thing you find funny about girls at this time in history.
Only about girls. Well, I am the director of career exploration. So I work with the girls in finding professionals in careers that they have an interest in so that they can ask deeper questions and find out if this is something that, yeah, they want to still keep considering. Or if no, now that they know, they can just write that one off and look at something else. So that's one important thing. And a lot of the girls really do a lot with this. We have one girl who will be having her fifth deep dive. I know, next week. She's just trying a little of everything. It's like, this is great, and she's narrowing things down. So I also work with finding shadow opportunities for girls that have done deep dives, more than one in a career, and they know that they're pretty darn interested in this. So then the next step would be to get them a shadow opportunity so they can see what the day is like. And we have internships that come up, now and then. And so I work with those. So yeah, it's a lot just helping the girls focus in on what they think they want to do and helping them find out more information.
And this is so important because we know that a lot of times in schools, they're just focused on the college piece. And this gives girls an opportunity to see where they want to be and actually what education after high school they actually need. So, we super, super appreciate you for this. And for those who don't know, Miss Martha has been with us for over 11, 12, 13 years.
Somewhere in there, 13, 14. Yeah, I lose track.
It's 13, yeah, 13, 14. Like we've been doing this work for a long time together. And we have grown so much together. So to the question, what do you find funny about these girls at this time in history?
Well, let's see. I don't know if I exactly think it's funny, but it always intrigues me. I'm thinking of a couple girls I know pretty well, and they're they can be so quiet when they're with you. I mean, very polite, and they kind of talk more as you're with them. But these two girls I'm thinking of, I work with quite a bit, and they're very quiet. But when the two of them get together, and it's only at PDI functions, they're together, they just don't stop talking. It's so funny to be in front of them and to listening to really. They just love to talk to each other. So
They
I
be
find
playing.
that pretty nice.
They be playing us, Martha. I love it. And that just speaks to like how like our relationship with the girls are too. Like it's so cool because they know us and eventually once they get to know us really well, but
Yeah.
at the same time, it's so cool to see them together.
Yes, it's really fun the way they bond. They immediately look for each other, and like I say, they don't do things outside of PDI, but when there's PDI, boom, they're right there, just talking a mile a minute.
I love that. Well, let's slide into these pillars. So, I've mentioned this several times now, or a couple of times, emotional regulation, mental fitness, and financial curiosity. When we talk about the emotional regulation pillar, Miss Martha, as you've intentionally made space for girls to process and grow emotionally, how has supporting them required you to regulate your own emotions with more intention?
A lot. I yes, I'm very aware of my emotions, especially in the climate we're in today, and that I have to keep myself focused on the good, and not let my energy slide over to things that are happening that you know are out of my control and that I don't like to see, but not focus on that. Because that's the same way with the girls. Sometimes when I'm talking with one of them and they're talking about the drama at school, and boyfriends and all the things that clicks and the stuff that happens at school, it's like I find myself saying things, well, you don't have to let your energy slide over there. You don't have to be part of that. It's okay, Martha, this is really good words, listen to this, honey. So yeah, that's exactly, I see myself saying that, and so I really realize that, yeah, I need to do that. I need to keep where my focus is and keep it on the positive.
Yeah. How do you feel about your power hour? And the girls.
I feel really good about it. And in fact, I'll tell you about this. I was thinking about this. I for years have thought I better not say anything because I don't think I'm doing a power hour. I don't get up an hour early and start my day and do something intentional for an hour. But then I realized later that every day I try to have alone time, and time where it's just for me. And it might be I'm listening to some music, it might be I'm doing something, that I don't have to really think about because I'm thinking about other things. It might be I'm listening to Uncle Bob. I need to do this every day. And honestly, it was just like about a month ago, it dawned on me, that's your power hour. You've been doing that for years. And it grows more and more important. So yes, my power hour is just great. Thank you.
And what I love about what you're saying is that we have some girls that come and be like, well, my morning is not the best for me. Like, I love doing mine before I go to bed or when I come home from school. And
Yeah,
so being able to have all like the adults do it in their special way and being able to then show the girls, like, it really is what you make of it. So
yeah,
I love
I
that.
do too. I'm glad to know I'm doing it.
And before, I mean, just so others out there know, Uncle Bob for us is Bob Proctor.
Yes, thank you.
Stand on a lot of Bob Proctor's work because it has resonated with us for years at this point. And so we teach universal laws. We let the girls do their spiritual stuff. Like it's however it flows. Bob Proctor has been one of our staples in our organization though. So we call him Uncle Bob. Okay, so your mental fitness. And you kind of spoke to it with the power hour, and that's what the girls talked about a lot too. Like their mental fitness pours over into their power hour because that's kind of where they strengthen that everyday repetition. But when you
Yeah.
think about yours as a coach, strengthening your mindset and daily habits, what are some of those habits or mindset shifts that you've had to have to strengthen yourself to show up healthy and consistent for the girls?
One of them, from the four agreements, the one that we all chose one for this year, and mine is always doing my best.
Mhm.
And I really do think about that. I think every day I do think about that. And I've really come to realize, as the video about it says, your best will differ. The best on one day is not the same as the best on another day. But the point is, even when you're having a challenging day and you're, really trying to get through this, do the best you can. Always do the best you can. So that's something that's really, really been on my mind, and I really keep myself focused on that.
Man, you getting it in today. Like, again, to the audience, we stand on the four agreements also. By is it Miguel? I can never remember.
Gosh,
I can't remember
yeah.
his last name, but the four agreements is one of the most powerful tools that we took on maybe like 3, 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And we have consistently as a leadership, the directors for sure, and a lot of our leaders we stand on that. Like we stand on those four agreements. So thank you for sharing that with the audience in regards to like these are the pillars, or these are not the pillars, but the tools that we use within Project Diva as the adults to to be aligned with our own selves, and then to then trickle that down to the girls so that they have some healthy habits and actual tools to use for themselves as well.
Yep.
They don't. All right, the last pillar, Miss Martha, the financial curiosity pillar. So as you've supported girls in becoming curious, not fearful about money,
Hmm.
how has this work challenged or deepened your own relationship with finances and long-term planning?
It's had a very good effect on me. I'm really happy with the effect it's had on me because as I've worked with the girls on this and thought about this, I've realized that it's very important for me to understand as I age, exactly where my funds are and make sure I have all the account numbers and people involved with this and how do I get this money? Okay, it's here. And if I should come to a point where yes, I need to start drawing from that. So how do I do that? So I mean, I've really been going through my finances with like the checklist and
Mhm.
making sure that I understand each piece where my money is and how I can access it. And tips about accessing it if it's better to do at a certain age or a certain way and all that kind of thing. And making sure that my funds are in a trust because that's a very big thing so that when I die, my people I give it to doesn't have to go through probate. So I mean, I've really been looking into this with a checklist and going through it.
Just powerful. That's all I have to say to that. And what's again, not, I do have more to say, but to be able to have you as our big sis to be able to even ask those kind of questions because you are at that stage of life, to be able to
Mm-hmm.
come to you as myself and some of the other women in our 40s, 50s, and 60s are able to ask those questions because it's all top of mind for all of us as we again are teaching the girls to begin to invest now in
Right.
the retirement fund, right? So that
Right.
they have that money sitting, as well as their three buckets just for their daily lives, like the emergency fund and the in and out. So it's just I love what we all have put together, me, you, and the other directors within Project Diva. And I love how we're standing on business ourselves to do
Mm-hmm.
the work ourselves to then show up to be able to then give the wisdom to the girls. So I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, thank you. It feels really good.
Good. Last question. What has surprised you most about your own growth while supporting theirs?
It's hard to even articulate. I have just been amazed in a really joyful way at how much I have grown and how much I continue to grow and looking forward to more and more growth. It's just been incredible to learn so much about myself and to feel so good about it and to feel like it's a whole new world just opening up in front of me. I got a whole bunch of things waiting for me and I'm really excited about it. And I never no, I can honestly say 15 years ago I
Yeah.
couldn't have said that. I wouldn't have said that. I didn't understand it. And now I do. And it feels absolutely wonderful.
Oh, Project Diva International. This is what
No kidding.
we do.
No
Oh.
kidding. You come for the girls, and I love the girls, but my gosh, the things that happened to me, I had absolutely no idea were going to happen. It's really been amazing.
It has. It has. It's been beautiful watching you grow and growing alongside you. So thank you
Mm,
for all that you've done for all of us, sis.
you are so welcome. I love it.
Well, thank you, Miss Martha, for hanging out with me today. Okay, y'all. As you watch our videos learning about our girls and now the adults who support them, I invite you, our community, to notice something important. This work doesn't just change girls, as you heard, it's also transforming the ecosystems around them. Whether it's your treasure, your time, or your talents, every investment strengthens the path beneath their feet and the adults are walking alongside them, like us. So if something you heard moved you, connect with us, stand with us, and invest in development that's happening right now in real time, not just for the girls, but for the people committed to guiding them. So click the link below to sponsor a girls membership because self-discovery is their birthright and modeling growth is our responsibility. So until soon, y'all, we'll see y'all next time.